Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Live, and I am a former toxic girl.
Hi, Kristen.
My name is Dee Dee, and I am a recovering toxaholic.
Hi, Dee Dee.
Hey, girls.
And I'm Aisha Thalia, and I too am a recovering toxic woman.
Hi Aisha. Okay, and we have a very special guest that I would like to introduce to you. As you can see, the very lovely viral sensation, not only viral, but all over the place. You are taking over my timeline. Not just because I follow you, but because you're literally everywhere. So it all started in the World Cup. She was wearing an outfit similar to this. The beautiful Knoll doll,
Wow.
Ivana.
I
Hey, Miss Croatia.
Right. You gotta say
Miss
the thank you.
Croatia.
Thank you, girls, for the invite. Happy to see you.
Good. Now, we start every single episode with a toxic tale, so we want to hear yours. What's your toxic tale?
I mean, I'm a magnet for toxic assholes.
Aren't we all?
A real one.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic something. Okay, I have one story. What was with my boyfriend? I don't remember the fight. I don't remember the reason, but the fight was very bad. We've been in my apartment in Zagreb, and we had a fight. And then he left on the stairs, and I wanted to catch him, but I couldn't. He was faster than me. Then I jumped 1.5 floors on him.
Down the staircase?
He almost broke his knees.
Parkour.
Yeah, I literally jump on him
And
to stop him.
And you a big girl, too, so that's a lot of momentum.
Yeah,
Right.
it was like.
You're tall.
I would have loved to see this.
And
I
then-
know.
Did he
no,
die
because
though?
I was running, and I see I will not catch
Did he
him,
die?
and I jump.
I ain't
And
never jump on nobody. I jump someone, but I ain't never jump
yeah,
on nobody.
when it's like
Dee Dee, you're proud of that, aren't you?
No, I'm saying
She's recovering now. This was in the past. This is the past,
my
Dee Dee.
former life.
So did he get hurt?
a little bit.
It's okay. He didn't die.
We fall both.
But did he
and
die?
He died.
But it's not the end. Then
Yeah.
we bring back to my apartment because he wanted me to get normal.
Calm down.
And
Yeah.
we get again fighting, and I did all my both phones and apartment key. I threw from the balcony down, and we couldn't go out. Call nothing.
That's right. I'm all you got, boo.
She said, we are here.
Right.
Yeah. Saving.
What did he do? What did he
She
do?
don't remember.
You don't remember what he did to deserve all that? Wasn't cheating?
No.
No?
If
Okay.
it's cheating,
Come back to the
just
house after
sneeze.
that.
Okay.
Thing
She's
is,
like, not
that's
only
what
will I
want
jump down the
people to
stairs.
remember. You often, when you get into it with someone, you don't remember what happened or the why. You just remember how it made you feel and your reaction. That's
true.
So I
Is
feel
that
like,
a defense mechanism, Dee Dee?
I don't think it's a defense mechanism. What I'm saying is that sometimes we have really big reactions to little situations because if it was really
yeah.
a big situation, she'd remember the why.
But you know how, like, in your memory, you repress your bad moments?
Oh, that is
Because you
true,
don't want to take
too.
accountability for the things that you do.
true.
So, possibly.
Also, sometimes when you're having a big argument, your body goes into that fight, flight, fawn, whatever. And so sometimes there's trauma responses where you just don't remember.
Blackout.
Not because you're trying to,
Blank.
but it's your body actually suppresses it to protect you.
Yeah,
So
there's that too.
That's that.
For
But
sure.
he didn't die. He's fine.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't do it again, though, right? Not in any new relationships.
Never say never.
I never said.
Well, I think here would be the toxic part. Did you stay together after that? Or
Yes.
was...
Yes.
Nothing happened.
Patched them up. And
Yeah, because I mean, maybe a response of a moment of insanity could be possible, but when
Yeah.
you stay with a person that brings out that kind of reaction for you, that's how you know it's...
things like that. But that was the hardest
like-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was the problem or you were the problem?
Depends who you are asking.
That's
My friends, he was a problem. If you're
Right.
asking his friends, I was the problem.
That's usually how it goes.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's usually how it
You
goes.
never the problem. Period.
That is toxic.
I mean, I just know
that's
her,
one thing
and
about-
I just
Yeah,
know
Dee.
that it don't be Aisha, and it don't be you. Like,
No, the both of you are talking. And you know what? We're surrounded by cancers today. What is your sign?
Virgo.
Oh,
she
Virgo.
say that
Okay.
fancy
She
Virgo.
is Little Miss Perfect then.
The Virgos are perfect.
September Virgo.
Yes.
Ooh.
I mean, if Beyonce's a Virgo, then I believe that all Virgos should be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, so what's crazy is you're in Qatar. We know how conservative that they are, and you had these popping outfits. I'm gonna need for you to give me some of those, by the way, because I mean, now that's how you go to a game. You popped out,
And she designed them
Dee
herself.
stunts at games, so for her to give you that
So I'm
compliment
like,
means
okay, you popped out. How did the women receive you? Like, were they hating? Were they?
And how
like,
did the men receive
applauding
you?
You mean in Qatar for
In
Arab-
Qatar.
Yeah. No, it was very, very acceptable. I was shocked because the woman with the hijab covering everything, they came to me to make photos. A lot of them.
Ooh.
all right.
And
Sounds
I
like she was kind of a
surprised, like,
spectacle.
really.
So I have a question. Did you go into it knowing that that was going to be the reception that you were going to have? Or did you go into it feeling like, I'm going to stir up a little controversy?
First, I was thinking they will allow us everything, to be honest.
Okay.
And I was like, I will do so many good outfits. And on the end, I heard everything is
Conservative.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing. You cannot
Show your shoulders.
Stomach, breast, knees. Not. And I was like, oh my god, I don't even have outfit for covered at all.
Yeah.
And then I bring mostly covered dress, but I bring some of my outfits just to see how the situation is there because I really didn't know. And on the site, nowhere was exactly that something is allowed or not.
Right.
They make it
Ambiguous.
yes.
You just don't know.
And then I came there and I was speaking with the taxi driver. He told me they are very open for the workout. Then I spoke with apartment where I rent the owner from Airbnb, and they say me they are open, and I decide to bring
Stunt.
my dress.
You decide to stun on them. Period.
Wait, I can show skin? All right, let's go.
Say less. So I know when showing all that skin, like, I don't know. I feel like whenever I'm online, like, how do you guys feel about, like, the image that you guys let out when you are in your, you know, outfits, like, and people, like, the response that you get when in the DMs and things like that? Do you feel like you get more attention, less attention?
You know what I realized is we're in Miami, so we have a whole different culture here. In Miami, you could be in
Yeah.
a thong and walk
not a
down the
thing.
beach, and nobody even bats an eyelash. But
Right.
I'm starting
to-
to realize that that's not how it is everywhere else in the world. So not only that, but you have tourists that are coming from all parts of the world, and they're very bashful when they see the locals and how we dress and whatnot. So I feel like it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. Until I started traveling, I didn't really understand that concept. And I just felt like, hey, everyone shows skin because it's hot outside and I'm in shorts and whatever. And then when I went to London, it was like a wake-up call. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, they're layered here and they're dressed to the gods. And
Yeah.
okay,
It's a
I
whole
And
need
you
to-
can
different
still
culture.
be sexy and
Yeah. You know, I love to be naked. Everybody knows I love being naked. But one thing about me is I do feel I like a pressure, not even pressure, but I just want to be respectful to other people and their cultures. So, and even like it's like Miami, we can be in thongs. You go up to just Orlando to the pools, and you know if you're a parent, you go to the pools. Like I will always make sure I have a cover up on. I won't wear a thong bikini. That stuff I'll do in Miami, no problem. And in the beach is one thing, but like a private pool, there are rules, you know. And so I just try to follow them just because sometimes it's not about me. And that's why a lot of people don't like Americans, I feel, is because a lot of Americans go places and they expect everyone to just do whatever we do, when it's like sometimes we have to fall into line of like what their customs are. So me, I love being naked. I think I'll be naked as much as the next person, but I definitely recognize. I went to Jamaica one time. I was on vacation in Jamaica. I had on a tube top, and you know how it can be in the West Indies. Sometimes people are a little bit more conservative.
we
So
saw
I
that in
just-
Jamaica,
It depends on what
yeah.
part, but we were at a sandals, and I went in to just get some food, and they tried to tell me that my top was a bathing suit top. It wasn't. It was a tube top. And then
Yeah.
they told me I could not eat there, and they handed me my food in a plate with the saran wrap on top, like, you can take this to your room now.
Oh wow.
And I was hungry, so I still took it, but I was mad. Like, I was
Right.
mad because it was right by the pool, and I'm thinking,
And the nerve,
But you
because
just-
Jamaicans are it's like a hypersexual culture. I don't watch Spice perform and she.
Excuse
Yes, I
me.
watched Spice jump off from the raptures and just
Okay,
drop
but
down
that-
the desk split.
But that's
and-
also a generalization because you got the hypersexual Jamaicans, but also
There's a
you
lot
have
of
to remember
conservative
Jamaican
yeah.
is British.
That is
influence.
true. British
And
colonized.
there's a very conservative audience or community of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like my grandmother, you ain't gonna see her dancing like that. Even
Yeah.
in her heyday, she didn't even smoke weed, and that's another misconception that a lot of people think. Oh well, she's Jamaican, she must smoke weed.
Right.
That's not necessarily a thing over there, but and that's just like America. You got your Americans that are loud, and
Yeah.
we expect and we're entitled to everything, and then you got the ones that are Googling the website, like, hey, what can I
Right.
wear here and whatnot.
So, like, how is it from where you're from? Where you originally from? Is there a conservative dress, or is it like you can wear whatever you want?
In
and-
Croatia, I mean, we are open. You can wear whatever you want, but they made a few years ago rules. Example, in Dubrovnik, on the old town, you cannot wear swimwear. You need to be covered.
Okay.
Oh,
It's not like religion thing. It's like they want you to be not going wet in a bikini in the our most popular street in
Yeah, I
the
would hope
country.
not.
No, it's the old city and it's unique, and that's why they are want to make it classy.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Not
I
about
gotcha,
the
gotcha.
religion
So
like in Arab country.
So you have a very interesting story about like an overnight success. Can you just tell us how your following has changed since the World Cup games?
Happened first during the one World Cup before, when I was in Russia, 2018. On the first game, I remember Nigeria and Croatia played, and they make me a photo in the stadium there.
Oh, got it.
And that's how that happened from 2018. But it was not so huge as now, and I started there. I just graduated, and then I started to do the influencer thing, social media, blah blah blah, and then I explored during the COVID because all region news were writing about me. It was so boring for everybody, and I was going to Bosnia and Herzegovina, going out. The clubs are working. The whole world was locked down, but
down.
there were parties.
Right.
But like not forbidden parties. Really, the clubs could be open, and it was like very interesting.
and this was where? The
in
clubs were
Bosnia and
open?
Herzegovina. It's
Oh,
next to
okay.
Croatia.
Okay.
I love her accent.
And that's why I got like following. I think I had 500,000 and 17,000, and I came to Qatar with that. And I remember I explored for the first game immediately in the long
It was that
dress with the and I was getting around 200,000 followers per day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
And you know how hard it is to grow your audience in nowadays, because
yeah,
it's like the algorithm completely blocks a lot of growth. So for you to grow that much, you're the exception to the rule.
I got 3 millions there,
Oh my god.
little more, 3 millions.
And
yeah.
now you're at like 3.6.
3.6.
So
yeah,
almost F4.
Yeah, and my impression was almost 1 billion in the total month.
That's
So I know it's
insane.
going down in your DMs. I saw that you went and linked up with Drake. You met Drake. Are you getting a lot of new? How was that experience? You getting a lot of new people?
Yeah, I met a lot of people even before World Cup, now during the World Cup, because I've been in US even before. I got my working visa just before World Cup. I met Drake on a party in Miami. And what you want to know?
My question is, who was fanning over who? Was Drake fanning over you? Because that's the thing. I feel like once you start getting a following as a woman, the celebrities start to become your fan rather than the other way around. So are you having that
Big smile
experience?
Drake had.
Yes, I
She's
had
like, yeah.
experience. But Okay, I'm also a big fan of Drake, and I cannot
Sure.
say that. But if you see the photo, you see he's smiling.
Big too. And I like big Kool-Aid,
How do y'all
cheesy
feel like,
smile.
do you guys feel like as your following grows, like, because I feel like men could be groupies too, you know, like when it comes down to it, the more followers you have, you know, the more people are in your DMs, the more accessibility, the more visibility. Like, do you guys have that experience with your following?
I would say yes and no. I would say I think when my following was a little bit smaller, I was more approachable to a certain demographic of celebrity. Like I don't really get a lot of blue checks in my DM anymore, because maybe the type of content that I'm putting out as well, like I'm talking about the Bible and stuff like that, so they're like, ah, she ain't
Praise
with the
God.
shits, like,
Won't he do it?
and I'm doing that on purpose, like
Save
don't
you
pop in
from
my
them.
DM.
Right. That is what's
God
happening.
is trying to tell you.
But yeah, so I mean, I guess maybe that might be why, but I do know that there is a certain type of guy or a certain type of men that they do like pop-in girls.
Don't let
And
them
I
tell
think-
you anything other
I
than
think
that.
Drake is one of them.
Men are groupies, and patriarchy will lead you to believe that it's only women, but it's men. Men are groupies. Listen, I'm telling you, in Miami, you will go into the club, and the club tables look like varsity football pictures because it's just men upon men.
No, and they-
upon men.
like,
They will
I've been
try to
pushed out
scoot
the
the
way,
women out of the
yeah.
way because
Like-
their one homeboy got money, and he's
You're
right in
right.
the center, and he's the one popping bottles, and they act actually jealous of the women. I literally have seen it from a distance.
Oh, you mean it in that way? Like they're groupies of
they're
other
groupies-
men.
No, they're groupies, period. So,
100%.
of course, they're going to be groupies because they'll say they don't want a woman who has a whole bunch of attention on them. But that's who they're going after.
course.
Right.
That's who they want on their arm. Like,
Because it's a status thing. If
and
you can
it's
get the
ridiculous
girl,
because there are quality women that have no social media at all. There are quality women that have 10 million followers. You can't judge a book by that. You know, like you said, it wasn't like you necessarily went out and you were like, I need this. People come to you, they were drawn to you for whatever reason. They were drawn to you, drawn to you, drawn to you, drawn to me. That doesn't mean anything. You didn't go out and beg for it. It just comes to you.
you know what I can say also is I think that how people treat you changes when they see that you have a social media following.
And
That
that's
is
so
so true.
sad. It's true. It's like a Black Mirror episode.
They're
It's
like, oh, you
it's
got a million
social
followers.
currency
Right.
thing.
And it,
Oh, okay, then they start kissing ass.
Yeah, it's a social currency thing. There was a Black Mirror episode
No, I
about
know.
that. You remember where
I
it was
love
like
that
if you have a
episode.
certain number of followers, you can live in a certain building, you can have a certain type of
Yeah.
experience with people, and they can downrate you. And I think that's just it's getting bad. But do you feel now that you have more followers that you're getting more negative attention online?
I mean, yeah, from my country
Yeah?
especially.
Really?
Ooh, you're from
ori-
your own
Wow.
country?
Yeah.
You would think
Wow,
they'd be
haters.
worshiping you right now.
haters
No.
everywhere.
Wow.
And I'm
Why
not
is
shocked.
that?
No.
Do you know?
Why do you think?
How to explain?
Not
We are
that there's a
s-
real
small
answer.
country, you know, and we are always like that, not supporting our people who are successful. It's always been like that. Example: Serbia is more supporting me, the football national team, than Croatian, who never support me.
Wow.
And yeah, and it's
And look how you represent. That's insane.
Yeah.
So they're not giving you tickets to these events and giving you.
Nothing ever. I mean, I paid for every ticket when I was in Russia, when I was in Qatar, for every ticket.
And
for
I know
everything.
other teams have been sponsoring your tickets and things,
Yes.
and are happy to
Yes.
have that type of
Yes.
recognition. And they got Miss Croatia now. They been Croatia. Y'all better get it together because we don't like it. It's
That
upsetting
part.
me in my home.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That really is crazy.
I remember when they asked them about me a few times on the press before the game. And the representative, Zlatko, he say he will not comment.
What about
Wow,
the players?
nasty.
Is the players?
Just mean.
They are saying because they are following him. For me, it was okay. I mean, I don't care, but I saw many journalists and people were upset about that.
Yeah, because they could have just been like, we want everybody to support, and
Of
we're
course.
happy.
I
for
can
all
tell
of
you
our
why.
I'm a
fans.
fan like
Tell us
everybody
why.
else.
I can tell you why. I got to tell you what's toxic about that. Why is because traditionally we have an issue with women taking ownership and autonomy for themselves, their own bodies. And we are okay if a brand was using you. Let's just say you were in a commercial for McDonald's or Target or I don't know or Saks Fifth Avenue. They'll be like, oh, that's it. They think of that as more worthy than you putting yourself out there, getting your own deals, and there's no middleman. You're getting your money directly. A lot of times men I'll say this to the camera. A lot of times men do not like that. They don't like when women take ownership of themselves. They like to be able to be the consumers of the product, but they don't like the women being the receivers of the money.
I think
So.
that from a sports perspective, what it really is like if you talking to LeBron about a woman, and they'll just be like some woman. He's gonna be like, you got a question about this game? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
like who
it's
did they ask? Was he married?
So
Because maybe he was scared of his wife.
No, I don't think it's that. But
I get
my
what she's
point, the
saying.
point that I'm
Yeah,
making
yeah.
is,
Okay.
a lot of times athletes, like she might have more followers than them. Some of these
Right.
soccer players or whatever.
Sure.
So they're probably thinking like, "Yo, I'm not gonna bring this girl more clout. I want the attention. I want the,
Sure.
Yeah.
like
Like
this
we're the
is
ones that
me."
worked
There's
for
a
it.
little bit
So-
of bitterness. Exactly.
Yeah.
She said
Yeah.
they work. That was the key. A lot of times people don't feel, and sometimes rightfully so, there are sometimes people don't feel that
Sharing that,
they
like,
should be worthy of the attention that they're receiving,
Yeah,
because they're like,
that's
what do
what I
you do?
think
What's
more
your
so.
look how they do the Kardashians? What's your
What's your
talent?
talent? What's
Like
Right.
it sometimes your talent can be that you get people's attention.
You know what my mother say? She's very proud everything happened, and she say me, Ivana, bravo. But what would be if you have a good one talent?
what good would it be, right?
You know to sing well or something, and I say,
Sure. Well, you do have a talent. You design your own clothes.
yes.
So that is a talent. It
amazing.
might not be the talent of singing and dancing, but that's not the only
Oh,
two
I'm
talents in the
dancing.
world. You're a
Belly
dancer.
dance and pole dance.
Can we see something? No, just kidding.
Oh, belly dance! I love that. That's so sexy.
It is sexy.
she
I wanna
could be
learn
a
that.
Shiki.
Didi, we should
And
go to
she's
take
tall.
classes.
Yeah, can you teach us out?
Like-
Like afterwards, I want to learn how to.
Wait, it's
I
just the
didn't know
belly.
that she
Wait, we
could
don't. We're
dance
doing
like
our
that.
shoulders.
Yeah, we got it.
Ah, you know. You have the moves.
Get up, D. Let's see it.
Let me do a little.
What? You're moving absolutely everything
Amazing.
but your belly.
Okay,
That's
for
why we need
girls.
lessons, because she got the rhythm. We just need the technique.
Look,
Yeah, we need the technique.
I'm
need the
coachable.
technique.
I'm teachable.
She's
I will
coach.
teach you very easy.
Oh,
I
okay.
like it.
So
Get
we
me
need
in
that.
shape, baby. With me together. Don't threaten me with a good time, honey.
So what's next? Like, what are you going to do with all of this attention? What's like the plan? Like, what's next?
My plan. I am usually learn in my life that it's not good to say the plans.
Oh, I like that.
Because
Keep it
people
quiet.
are very
Real gangsters moving
negative,
silent.
and
Right.
they make it bad.
They
That's
try to
good.
stop
Right.
you.
You are being able to at least, do something with all of this, which is great. That's why you're here in Miami. You're able
Yes,
to
I
market
will
yourself.
keep doing social media, acting and modeling. That's something, but I definitely want to stay in sport because I like sport.
You
and-
genuinely love sports.
Yes.
She's
I
an
want- not
athlete. You
just
could tell she's
soccer.
an athlete, right?
Yeah, I really like to. I'm now going to Super Bowl. I'm attending the whole every biggest event when sport is about. I'm watching NBA. I really like almost all sports.
I
That's
hate
amazing.
sports, so good for you.
She said,
I can't
Everything except for baseball.
"Oh man, that's not even." So
Baseball,
I have a
yeah.
question for all of us.
Yeah.
What type of men do we prefer? Do we like American men or men from elsewhere? Whether it's I don't want to say foreign men because she would be considered foreign to us, but
Right,
we're foreign to
so,
her. So European men, African men, like which country of men do you think has the best? Or
Best.
which country has the best men?
She's like,
Sorry.
what are
She
we
better
talking
say
about?
Croatian before they cancel her again.
I mean,
Well, they're already being mean to her, so screw
Right, so it's not-
Croatia.
it's not
No,
the
just kidding.
Croatian. She said, forget them.
to be honest, I was not never far from my area.
Okay.
They're almost all from North regions.
Oh, okay. So this is going to bring a lot of traveling opportunities. So you'll get to kind of see what else is out there in the near future.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any issues because everything, the skin, the religion, nothing. I'm like open for everything, but I don't know. I always liked our guys more than others.
That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Now, Kristen, what type of man? Which country? I'll come back to you. No, like which type of man?
I don't know.
You don't
about
know?
American men are just so. and I'm just speaking general. American men are very entitled, and
What's it that?
it's like
Means they feel
They
like
expect things.
it means they're gonna ask you things like, "What do you bring to the table?" You know what I mean? And it's not all American men, because you have American men that are very much the opposite, and they're very much like,
Yeah.
I'm the man, you're the woman, like old
Humble
school,
and
yeah,
trained
and
right.
that's, and I like that.
Rare.
But I feel like that conversation is never had in other countries.
Yeah, you're right. What about you, Didi?
I feel like I think other cultures like European men and African men, they're very catering, and they don't mind how, like, with Europeans, I feel like the upside to them is that they're okay with being sensitive and emotional, and you see them holding hands with other men, so they don't have that like toxic masculinity. And then with like different African countries, they're very generous,
Nigerian.
and they like to like, you know, show their women off, and you know, they really are, they take home very seriously. Like, I'm the man, I'm the supporter, I'm the provider. But like in terms of American men, I like a little Southern boy, a little country boy,
Southern
like
gentleman.
Rob, like, you know, somebody that's just
Although
like,
he's not Southern, because the best men come from Cincinnati, Ohio, because that's where my husband's from.
I've always thought he was a little country
You
boy.
would think,
He's
right?
not- yeah, he
Cincinnati,
acts like
absolutely
one.
not, because he's raised well. Shout out to my
He's
husband.
raised very, very well. We love you, honey.
And we're not
The
even gonna
best men
ask you
come
that
from
question,
Cincinnati,
don't we?
Ohio. But no, I get it. I just saw a tweet the other day, and it was from a Nigerian woman who was like, I don't even enter these conversations with these American men, because in Nigeria we don't even have these conversations. Like, it's not even a question of who's going to pay on the first date. It's not a question of who's going to open the car door.
Ugh,
I don't know
the
to be true.
car-
I've never
don't
been to Nigeria, but
Get me started on the
Here
car
you are
door.
paying on the dates.
Who? Who?
wait, no, there's
no,
actual
no.
debates of men who
Yeah.
are now
She
saying,
said, "Oh, is that what's going
Now,
on in
I'm-
America?"
wait,
Ghetto.
out of
She
this
said,
group-
"Oh, is that what's
out
going
of this
on?"
group, I'm probably, Didi will tell you, I'm probably the more progressive one out of the three of us. I'm absolutely down to pay for dates.
We've
However,
gone
not
out
the
to
first
double
date.
dates,
If
and
you
she
ask me
pulled
on
out
a
her
date,
stop-
if you
kick
ask
her
me on a
wallet
date,
right
you're gonna
off
pay.
the-
But if I ask a man on a date before I was married,
We've been
I
on
would've
dates,
paid.
double dates
Well-
together, wifey, and
Right.
you and he asked you out, and you still put your card out.
when
And
that wasn't that time. I know what you're talking about. I felt bad because there was a bunch of extra bitches that came to the table, and I felt bad. You didn't even. I don't think you brought your wallet.
Why would
And
I?
the guy that I was with at the time came, and there was another guy, but then all these other women came, and this guy that I was out with, I was cognizant of the fact that he had elderly parents that he was taking care of. He had a brother that was ill, and he made good money, but he was budgeting for stuff like that. So it's not like that Miami culture where people think that everybody has all this money and that we just think that the men are supposed to pay for everything all the time. I don't subscribe to that at all.
I don't subscribe to that either.
Right.
However, like,
So I
okay,
pay-
so
I
me
pull my card
personally,
out.
if a date is going bad,
Yeah.
I don't mind being like,
Here's
I'm
my
finna
card.
go.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I will pay my way out.
yeah, like I'm out. You know.
Didi lying.
good
She don't
meeting
bring
you,
her
whatever.
wallet out
I know.
nowhere.
She not doing that, but I'm
bring other
prideful.
things. I
Like,
would
I
just sneak
definitely
out.
will pay just to be
Yes.
like, oh, I'm signing you. You know what I mean? And that's toxic. So
So let's end
I don't go on
our
dates anymore.
We have a segment.
I don't agree, but okay.
Oh wait, what
Wait,
don't
I
you
want to
agree
know.
with?
What do you
what's the-
think?
I mean, from where am I? If a man is wealthy, then woman's paying nothing. I would like to be independent, and I'm
Right.
traveling myself, paying everything.
Right. Sure.
Only man
But
who
if you're in
paid
the
me is
presence
my
of a
father
man,
before.
Well, she said wealthy, but if he's not wealthy, what if he just makes less money than you? Would you be open to
That's
at least
rare
going
because
50-50?
would you be on the date in the first place?
I don't understand.
No, that's rare because
What is
they're
poor?
I don't speak English.
I don't know what does poor mean.
usually they like the woman has less money, and they are always trying to find, you know.
Oh, wait, they're purposely trying to find someone with less money?
Yes.
You know why? Toxic, because then they can control.
Yes.
And then they can control the narrative, and then they can control
But
what
example,
you do.
I had always
love
wealthier
that.
men than not always. I had two boyfriends wealthier than me, and they never controlled me because they couldn't.
I guess
You're-
they could.
but I bet
I like her.
and that's right. However, I bet that's probably what they wanted, because a lot of
They
men
thought.
would not be insecure about dating someone with more money unless there was an element of control in there. Because
And they
otherwise,
see
why
it's
would
a
you
trap.
care?
They cannot.
So for where you're from, they probably don't want a wealthy woman, right? They wouldn't want somebody
Yes.
with more
it's
money.
a very how you say
Stigmatizing.
patriotic when a man is the
Patriarchy is King.
Well,
Okay.
speaking of patriarchy, we're going to move on to our last segment. This is called Toxic or Not Toxic. So we hand selected this song because we wanted to see what all of us think about it, whether it's toxic or not toxic, and including you, the audience. So we're going to, well, me and Dee Dee usually do the honors and we sing.
Because they have such lovely voices,
We
might
do.
I add.
So it's real quick. We're just gonna do
Where's
the hook,
my-
okay? Because that's really all we gotta sing, okay? So
Yeah, we don't need to do the rest because you guys probably all know this song. And the song is LL Cool J and JLo, All I Have.
go ahead. You ready?
Okay, so you gotta be JLo, and I'm gonna be LL.
See how she did you when the cameras came on?
You know what?
Because
that's
they
cool.
had this clearly worked out beforehand. This
Cool,
was
'cause
toxic, Kristen.
She's shady, but I'm gonna show her out. That's cool. You
Go
ready?
ahead, boo.
My pride is all I've got.
You're totally butchering the words.
My pride is all I have. Okay.
All
My pride is all I have.
pride is what you had, baby girl. I'm what you had.
You've been needing me, but too bad.
Be easy. Don't make decisions when you're mad.
The path you chose to run alone.
I know you're independent. You can make it on your own.
Here with me, you had a home.
But time isn't the essence. Why spend it alone?
Wow. Wow.
I didn't know the words to that, but thank you guys for enlightening
So
me.
this is the toxic part. She goes, my pride is all I have. He goes, pride is what you had.
You had it before.
Baby girl, I'm what
This.
you have.
Oh,
So I'm all you
Now
got.
you got me.
You got no
It's
more
a
pride
gift.
when you got me.
wow. It's pretty toxic.
So yeah, I just feel like it's without a doubt. I never thought about it until
So
you
he was
brought it
basically
up.
saying that he's the best thing that's happened to her.
And that now that she's in there in his life, you know, like all that pride goes away.
I never
Ain't
listened
no-
to the words of
there's
that
no, There's
song.
no pride.
That's
There's no
insane.
pride in love.
Yeah.
You thought it was such a cute
Oh,
ballad,
well,
right?
well, wait a minute. Then that could be kind of twisted that maybe he's just telling her, get rid of your pride because I'm worth fighting for.
This is true.
But
It's like there is no pride pinches. My grandma used to say there's no such thing as pride in love. You got to swallow
pride
that.
cometh before the fall.
Is that in the
Pride-
Bible?
Yeah,
Pride
pride.
goes-
Pride is not a good thing necessarily,
it's not.
right?
It's not.
So
So
she's
replace
trying-
your pride with
Right.
me.
Ah, like, okay, wait a minute. All right. I got to listen to the song again.
But he
Admittedly.
also says, but time is of the essence. Why spend it alone?
All right, I feel that. Let's
So basically, let me waste your time.
no, I like that.
You
Why
like,
spend it alone? Time's of the essence. We need to be together. Like, let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I
what are we
understand also
doing?
like
Right.
You need me.
it's
I'm
we
all
need
you
each other.
have.
Oh, well, I'm all you have. Did they say that?
no, that,
Oh,
The
okay.
song is no.
What?
Wait.
Baby.
I gotta go. The song is called "All I Have."
I think that's lovely, actually.
Oh,
I like it. I like it.
All right, so let's vote. Toxic,
Toxic.
No,
not toxic.
not toxic.
No.
See?
Okay.
Okay,
again.
Okay,
It's
we
not
keep on doing
All
this.
right, guys. So that concludes our segment of Toxic Not Toxic.
That concludes our
Entire
podcast in general. Thank you, Ivana, for joining us.
Thank
You're
you.
such a
wait
lovely
to see
guest.
what you have going on.
Blessing us with your presence.
Croquinis and all.
Next time I'm bringing you. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
A group trip.
We got to go.
All right, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe.